So trying to figure out the best neighborhoods in a new city and a new state when you're not familiar with it can be a pain in the butt. I totally get it. So if you're making that move here to Ann Arbor, Michigan, and you want to know where the top 7 neighborhoods are that you should consider when making that move here, this video is definitely for you. We're going to go through each neighborhood with a fine-tooth comb, give you my 2 cents on why it's so popular, why people love it, and then we're going to hop into the MLS as well as Google Maps, give you proximity to things, where the shopping centers are, where the schools are, where the parks are, and then we're going to head into the MLS and actually look at some of these properties and see inside and outside, and then we're going to look at the price that it was listed for as well as the price it's sold for to give you an idea of what homes are going for in those specific neighborhoods so you're best prepared. Now, this is the same exact way we take all of our clients through, when looking at a city or a neighborhood or a school district. We want to set them up for success. So I'm going to show you exactly what we do if you work with us so we can get you best prepared to enter the market.
You should live here forever?
Now, like I said, this video is in no particular order. We're going to go through the neighborhoods, but if we are meeting here for the first time, my name is Eric Meldrum. I make videos that are all things Michigan. And if you are making that move here to Ann Arbor or anywhere here in Metro Detroit, we want to be the best resource for you. My team and I have helped hundreds of people just like you make better decisions when moving here to Michigan. So if you do have questions, feel free to reach out, or better yet, drop those in the comments below. We'd love to answer all those. All right, so the first neighborhood on our list today is the Old West Side. Now, the Old West Side has pretty much everything you need to know about it right in its name. It's old, and it's on the west side of downtown Ann Arbor. Now, that's one of the reasons people love the Old West Side is for the location. It's pretty much an extension of downtown. So let's pop over to our trusted little Google Maps here. So you can see, just zooming out here in Ann Arbor, the Old West Side is actually a pretty good size neighborhood in Ann Arbor, just to the left and west of downtown Ann Arbor. So it's outlined here in red. So as we zoom in, we can see proximity to downtown super close. We got the train track, which is running diagonal right here if you see my cursor. And this part that's in the downtown area is really, I would say that's downtown. Okay, so you are in downtown, so that's how close you are in the Old West Side. You're in walking distance pretty much anywhere in the downtown area. You can get over to campus, which is right over here. You can get over to the sports complexes. You got the Michigan Stadium, which is AKA the Big House. You got Ray Fisher Stadium, baseball. You got the Yost Ice Arena, and then you got the Chrysler Center here as well for the basketball games. And then you have Pioneer High School right here as well. So, if you are going to be living here, we do have schools nearby. Inside of the Old West Side, there's a couple parks. So you have the Worcester Park, which is really cool. They have a playscape in there for the kids. So if you want to take, the kids for a walk through the neighborhood, hit the park up, that's really cool too. And then you do have Bach Elementary School, which is right here off of Jefferson Street. So you got Bach Elementary. You got some of the play fields over here. And then you do have Slauson Middle School, which is over here just north of Liberty. And then you have the Slauson Sand Volleyball Courts there as well. So location is perfect. If you're going to be living in downtown Ann Arbor or you want to live near downtown Ann Arbor, the Old West Side is exactly what that's for, because it's walkable to all of these things that we just mentioned, and you got school systems right in there as well. So a couple local favorites in the Old West Side. You guys know me, I love ice cream, so you gotta hit Washtenaw Dairy, one of the oldest ice cream stores here in Ann Arbor. Absolutely phenomenal, right off of Madison here and Ashley Street. So you got Washtenaw Dairy. There's also Blank Slate right here, Blank Slate Creamery. Fantastic. They have every flavor you can imagine, all very good. And then you have Fleetwood Diner here. You got some more restaurants. And then you also have Argus Farm Stop as well. So this is a really good one, local farmers market. You can go pick up local produce, things like that. So everything's within walking distance, which is really cool. So let's hop over and take a look at some of the houses in the Old West Side. All right, so let's see what we can find here. We got one for 1.7 million. Prices range anywhere from 500 on up to $1 million. In the Old West Side, there are homes that do go over $1 million. Homes that have been renovated, and they're just absolutely beautiful. The closer to downtown you get, the more expensive it's going to get. And then you do have some lofts as well, so some condos, which are a lot of these. Let's see if we can find a couple here. Yeah, you can get some condos in the Second Street lofts. These go anywhere from, again, 450 up to 900,000. Even some of the penthouses will go, for more than $1 million. So just to give you an idea of what some of these look like, these are the Liberty lofts off of Second Street. Nice industrial look on the outside, underground parking as well. So there is parking on these, and then you have some beautiful open concepts. I like the cement ceiling here, and then the exposed ductwork. That's pretty cool. I dig that. So you got beautiful views of the downtown area, loft living here. And then let's take a look at some of the houses. So this one is on 6th Street. So you'll see these type of homes, I call these the shotgun or Victorian style homes. Shotgun because you can basically see right through the front door all the way to the back of the house, and they're very narrow, right? So some of them have this expanding wraparound porch. Some of them don't. They're just very narrow homes. Luckily, this one has a 2-car garage. You'll find a lot of homes in the Old West Side without garages, so you can definitely get closer to downtown, but you might sacrifice some of that as well. So a lot of historic homes in the area. This one was actually built in the late 1800s, 1886. So super old home. You're going to find a lot of these type of homes in the Old West Side, which is really cool. If you're into historic homes, the Old West Side is a perfect place to go find those. So you can see from the interior, they brought modern colors in here. Very vibrant, awesome. Got some awesome dragons on the wall here. It's really cool. But the thing I wanted to also, take note of here is what these homes are selling for, right? So it was listed at $695. The old listing price was $720. So we've had some price reductions, end up selling for $640, right? So this is a home that 1886 home, there's probably some things that needed to be attended to, in it. With older homes becomes a little bit more problems, so that was one that actually sold for below asking. But you'll see some homes in here, they're selling for over asking. So let's take a look at this one. List price was $800,000. It ended up selling for $880,000. Okay, it was only on the market for 4 days before it got a contract on it. So we can see this is the one cool thing about the Old West Side is lots of colors, lots of vibrant homes in the area, very artistic. So again, very Victorian style. And as we go through, you can see some of these big porches. Again, no garage here, but you got a nice little backyard area. And let's take a look at the inside of the house. Beautiful woodwork, everything you would expect from this style home. Big, large baseboards, nice trim, hardwood floors, in really good condition. Yeah, and these homes speak to the historic style homes. So this is a great one. So Old West Side, definitely is a place where it is going to be competition. Okay, and this is not abnormal to see a home go for 50, 60. $70,000 over asking. So this one was off of Main Street. This one sold under asking. Okay, so on a Main Street. So even though homes are desirable here, some of the homes do go for under ask. We do have that going on, but for the most part, they are competitive. And these older homes that maybe didn't have as many updates or things done with them, this one, you can see old carpet. All right, no updates have been done. Original. Everything. So no wonder it went for under asking price. Someone's got to come in here and bring this up to par, see what's going on with the hardwood floors underneath. Kitchen is original. They replaced maybe a fridge, here and there, but pretty much everything is original. Still got the clawfoot tub in the bathroom. So absolute timepiece. All right, so the next neighborhood we're going to take a look at is Water Hill and Upper Water Hill. We're going to combine these two into kind of one here. I'll show you. Water Hill is definitely closer to downtown, just to the northwest of Ann Arbor, kind of butting up against Kerrytown. So super walkable to the downtown area. Let's pop over to Google Maps here, kind of get our bearings. So as you can see, just to the north of downtown Ann Arbor, you got Water Hill, and then Upper Water Hill is just the neighborhood to the west of Water Hill. That's why I call it upper. It's kind of going up to the northwest here. But within Upper Water Hill, this is one of those neighborhoods. They used to have a music fest every summer, and the whole neighborhood would come out and do a musical, festival, and everybody's home was open. Artists and musicians would come from all over the place. They would play, and it just used to be this massive music festival. Well, the city kind of shut it down, in the COVID era. But just as of recently this year, some of the neighbors actually brought it back, and they were doing kind of a grassroots effort to revitalize, the festival because it was so special to them. And that just kind of shows you the spirit of this type of neighborhood. They love that type of stuff. So within the Water Hill, you do have a few things going on. You have Hunt Park, which is really cool. They have, playscapes for the kids, open fields to run around, do soccer games, your football games, anything you and the kids and, maybe the grandkids want to do, just getting outside. And then you do have the Bluff Nature area here, just to the north of Water Hill. So you can get over there They have some trails and some things that are cool, to get outdoors. And then you are within walking distance to, again, downtown. You can hit Kerrytown. And then over here, you do have Argo Park. So if you did want a canoe, you just head over the bridge, get over to Argo Park. You can get over into canoes. Obviously, we're heading into the fall time here. It's going to be closed. You're super close, to a lot of things here. And then Upper Water Hill, is just this neighborhood over to the left. So let's pop in and take a look at some of the real estate in Upper Water Hill. So the real estate in Water Hill is super desirable. You have homes that are ranging anywhere from craftsman style to bungalows to Victorian eras. And we're going to take a look at some of these, but price range can kind of gauge around $600,000 for a budget in Water Hill. It's going to go up, the more updated the home is. Maybe some homes have been rebuilt. There are condos, there's single family homes in Water Hill. So we'll take a look at a few of these. All right, so here's a home let's take a look at. So this one was listed at $595 and it ended up selling for $563. Okay, that shows you there was multiple offers on this, went over asking price. But let's take a look and see some of the updates inside. So first thing I'm noticing, beautiful hardwood floors, the trim and the paint all look, relatively new, looks in good condition. Bathroom doesn't look as updated. All right, so that's one area that's been updated, but not within the past 10 years, I'm sure. But beautiful hardwood floors, nice new windows in there, trim around the windows. Let's see what the kitchen looks like. Okay, so kitchen's been updated, new countertops, new appliances, so that's great. Okay, nice backsplash in the kitchen. And then you have a little private deck off back, some of the bedrooms. So they've taken really good care of this house, and that's the key here. When looking at these homes that are going over asking is the home, turnkey? Can somebody just move in? And yes, people are willing to pay a price, for that convenience of not having to do the work on some of these older homes, in the area. So that's a really good one. Still a lot of history in this house as well. Let's see if we can find a couple more homes. Some of the condos that are going are over here. So it's 1.15. Yeah, so here's one. So you have these condos that are close to Wild Street, and this one sold for $1.15, $40,000, $45,000 under the ask price, which is not terrible, for this. But you do have these nice condos, and this one, let's see. Okay, so parking around back, private entryway, brand new. So beautiful hardwood floors, brand new kitchen. These are really cool. And then you have this awesome view that overlooks the downtown area. So you can see Kerrytown. You can probably see the river, from this view as well. And multi-level. And nice countertops in here. So a lot of updates. Obviously they're brand new. They don't need any updates, but builder did a really good job on these, kind of more of a modern style, condo in the heart of Water Hill here. So that is another one. And let's try to look at one more. All right, cool. So I found a 420. So this is kind of more of a fixer-upper. This one sold pretty much at asking. Okay, so no garage. Assuming we're probably going to see some updates needed in here. Okay, beautiful hardwood floors. So this is cool. Just a split-level home. Architecture, like I said, you can find bungalows in Water Hill. You can find, split levels. You have Victorian-style homes. You got mid-century modern-style homes, in Water Hill. So kitchen is fairly updated, not a lot of high-end, things in there, but it is move-in ready. And that's one of the things that a lot of people are looking for. So the next neighborhood on our list is Burns Park. Now, Burns Park has some of the coolest real estate I have seen, and it's a very highly desirable location for most people. When they're looking at school systems, they want into the Burns Park Elementary School. So let's go over to Google Maps. We can see Burns Park is right to the east of downtown Ann Arbor, just to the south of it. And it stretches over here. Now, Google Maps did this weird thing. They're including parts of Arbor Hills in here, Burns Park. We'll let Google win on this one, but this is a completely separate neighborhood. So Burns Park is really here, and then you have Lower Burns Park, which is just to the south of Burns Park. So big attraction in Burns Park, like I said, is the Burns Park Elementary School, which is right here. And then you have Burns Park, which is just a city park. And this used to be the old fairgrounds. So when they had, festivals and fairs that came to town, this is where they were. And you can see this tree line here, which kind of makes like an oval track. This was the track for the fairground. So you would just walk around. There's a walking trail. It's very faint. It's like a one lane walking trail now, but they still do have it in there, so you can go check it out. But here they have tennis courts. The Ann Arbor Senior Center is right here, so it's right next to tennis courts. You got a basketball court. You do have outdoor bathrooms here. You have baseball diamonds in here, and then you do have soccer fields that do have nets in here. The elementary school uses part of this for recess with the kids as well. But it's just a really cool park, to have right in the center of in Burns Park, and get out, get some exercise as you're walking through the neighborhood. There's a playscape right here as well. So within Burns Park, you can walk pretty much downtown. You can head over to any of the golf courses, any of the sports complexes with the University of Michigan, all within walking distance, to Burns Park as well. And the closer you get to downtown, the more expensive some of the real estate is. So let's go take a look at some homes. Some of the home styles that you're going to find in Burns Park, really Art Deco, bungalow style, craftsman's, Tudor style homes, some more stately style homes as well. So let's take a look. There are condos and single family homes. Majority of them are going to be single family homes, but there are some really cool condos as well. Average price point in Burns Park is going to be right around $1 million. You can still find homes in the 600 to 700 range. They are going to need a little bit of work, but for the most part, anywhere from 800 on up to 1.5 or even 2 million is Burns Park price point. So let's take a look at some style homes here. This one, it was listed at 1.1. It sold for $1,030,000. And this home needed a little bit of work. You can see some of the flooring here, was not the best, but that's a quick refinish on the hardwood. The location is really what you're paying for, in Burns Park. This home looks like it needs new windows, maybe a kitchen remodel. But again, all livable. I'm sure someone has a great plan for this home. So that's one. Let's take a look at a few more here. This one went for 1.7. All right, so I expect this one to be a little bit more updated. So listed at 1.65, ended up selling for 1.74. So completely remodeled home. I'm expecting the inside to be beautiful. Yep, so great hardwood floors, tile entryway, industrial style railing going upstairs. And let's see if they open up the concept of the living room, open to the dining room, put a new gas fireplace in. Awesome. Let's check out the kitchen. I love the exposed brick in here as well. Really cool. All right, so kitchen, a little bit of a galley style kitchen. They've updated it. Brand new countertop with brand new cabinets. And that is tucked away. Oh, I think that was just the preparing kitchen. So this is the real kitchen here. Big difference. All right. So now we're starting to see where the value is in the home, which walks right into the dining room here. All right, so cool kitchen overlooking, the dining room there. That leads into the family room. So all high-end appliances. Awesome. So you guys can see outdoor is beautiful as well. All right, so we can get a kind of a taste of what that's selling for in Burns Park. Let's take a look at one more. Okay, so we're getting a little bit closer to downtown. This home's going to need a little bit more work. Again, these people are buying these because of the location. All right, so even though you look at this, the 1.7 versus 900,000, it does need some new roofing on it. Some windows are broken. It needs a lot of work, but this is for location. All right, so you can see as we're going through these, this home needs a lot of work as well. All right, so Burns Park, highly desirable. Price point is right around $1 million. So let's head over to the next neighborhood. The next neighborhood we're going to take a look at is Barton Hills. Now, Barton Hills is actually one of the most prestigious neighborhoods here in Ann Arbor. It's got its own country club, Barton Hills Country Club. And if we hop over to Google Maps, we can see it's just north of the Barton Pond here, which is actually part of the Huron River as it flows through. And we have Barton Hills Country Club just to the north of the subdivision here. So if you're lucky enough, you can get a home that kind of sits on a golf course. Only a very few of them do. You got the 18-hole golf course, you got tennis courts, you got driving range, you got all the things of a country club. So really cool there. And then you do have the water views. All right, so you got the homes that, overlook the river. And Barton Hills was actually, started way back when some of the Detroit Edison executives kind of took over this piece of land. They started buying some of these pieces of land and building their executive style homes on them. So that's really how it started. And it wasn't until 1973, Barton Hills actually became a village within itself and kind of annexed from Ann Arbor. So that is a village. Not a lot of people know that, but it's still an Ann Arbor mailing address. So let's head over and take a look at some real estate. Average price point in Barton Hills is going to be $1 million on up. Not a lot of homes sell in this subdivision or this neighborhood, I should say, because of the exclusivity of it, and not a lot of homes change hands, but when they do, they tend to go pretty quickly, if they even hit the market, for that matter. So let's take a look at this one here. This was 1.1 with no pictures. This was $875. Okay, so originally listed for $995, sold for $875. So had some price reductions and ended up selling below market. So outside, white siding, garage here on the left-hand side, so you had to walk up. And this one was listed at $1.59, ended up selling for $1.55. Nice stately style brick home. All right, so nice marble tile on the foyer there. Nice wood staircase going upstairs. And then, wow, lots of white in this house. Oh, how do you feel about white? That's you see that quite often in a lot of homes. It's very, I don't know, it just doesn't give me a warm feeling in a home. What's your opinion on it? Drop in the comments below. Do you guys like white homes, or is this too sterile for you? It's kind of too sterile for me. I don't love it. Like white carpet absolutely would not hold up with kids. So this would have to be after kids and take very good care of it. But it looks good. If we had some colors on the wall, I think I'd maybe feel a little bit different, about it. Okay, so kitchen, you got the range in the island. Not a huge kitchen, for the size home. Okay, you got a pool out back. Okay, so it's kind of a good overview of some of the homes here. We don't have a lot of pictures of Barton Hills, but let's head over to the next neighborhood. The next neighborhood on our list is Eberwhite. Now, if I had to describe Eberwhite in really one sentence, I would say family neighborhood, right? It's a lot of families that live in Eberwhite. Eberwhite is just to the west of downtown Ann Arbor, just to the west of the Old West Side neighborhood here. And then you have Eberwhite. So it's outlined in red here. You can see right smack dab in the middle of Eberwhite, you got Eberwhite Elementary School, and then you have the Eberwhite Nature Center. So you got trails in here, you got walking trails, bike trails, and you can just get out in nature. It's really cool. So proximity to things in Eberwhite, you do have grocery stores nearby. You got Kroger here. There's a Plum Market just across the street. And then you also have a few more local grocery stores here. But Stadium is lined with, restaurants, fast food places, little stores. You got the post office over here as well. And then you have Ace Hardware, got Goldfish Swim, where we send our girls for swim classes. So that is nearby. So conveniently located, in Ann Arbor, Eberwhite, family neighborhood. Let's hop over and take a look at some real estate. So average price point in Eberwhite is going to be right around $600,000. You can find some homes in the $450 ranges, but again, they're going to need some work. You're also going to find homes in the $800 to $900, even $1 million in Eberwhite. So let's take a look at some of these. This one, $490. Perfect. So here's a good style home. So this one was listed at $479.9 and it ended up selling for $490. So over asking price, and it was only in the market 2 days. So nice split level style home. So Eberwhite homes, you're going to find anywhere from in the 50s to 60s. This home was built in 1961. So it started as Ann Arbor started building out. You had the downtown area. A lot of homes were built in the late 1800s. Then you had Old West Side. It got into the 1900s, 1920s, 1930s, and then Eberwhite started coming about. So you will find some homes, in the 40s, 50s, 60s. In Eberwhite, that's kind of the era that homes were starting to be built. So that's one. Let's take a look at some a little bit closer to downtown. So this one off of Sold Boulevard. So this one sold for $607, originally listed for $589. So you can see a trend here. That was on the market 4 days, went for over asking. Okay, so I want to show you these prices to give you guys a good indication of what homes are selling for. When we talk about, put in an offer that's over asking, how much are we talking about? 10, 20, 30? And you can see firsthand here that, homes are going for $20,000, $30,000 over asking. And this is, kind of an indication of what these homes look like. The turnkey, move-in ready, updates have been made, new siding, new windows. This one does have a garage, so that is a bonus. Not a lot of homes in this closer to downtown you get. A garage is optional, really. Some homes have them, some homes don't. Or they're the carriage style and they're, some of them leak water and you don't want any of that. Your car sitting in there. So good woodworking in here, nice hardwood floors. Love the history in a lot of these style homes. So just a good indication. You got your kitchen here, and a lot of these kitchens are smaller, in these style homes. So some people have blown them out, opened up the floor plan, but this is a good indication of these style homes. So let's take a look at a few more. All right, so here's another one off of Ivywood. Let's take a look at this one. This one sold for $750. It was originally listed for $499.9, so basically at asking price. Good colonial style, traditional 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, very well maintained inside. Hardwood floors look great. New paint. Looks like they've redone the staircase going up as well. So these are all the things that I'm looking for. Like with a lot of these older style homes that are 60s, 70s, 80s, like how they maintain the home and is the value there. Location is one thing, but if you have to put another $100,000 into the home, you definitely want to be mindful of that as you're shopping. So some of these updates that they've made, fantastic. You got the brick fireplace in there. A lot of the original doors in there as well. So a mix between original and newer. They have updated the kitchen and made what's probably a very small kitchen, and they probably opened this up. So that's nice to see. And then let's see what else they got here. Entryway is so common. Let's see this slate on entryways all the time in that era. All right, so good. So we can kind of see that. The next neighborhood on our list is Arbor Hills. Now, Arbor Hills is really known for its beautiful scenery. When we go through and look at some of these homes, you'll see why. It's absolutely rolling hills throughout Arbor Hills. That's really where it gets its name from. So you do have proximity as we head into, Google Maps. You can see Arbor Hills. They don't have this red line on this one because, like I said earlier, they technically are considering part of Burns Park. It's really not. This is a separate neighborhood all within itself. So Arbor Hills is really, south of Getty's Road, Huron Parkway, and then up, to Washtenaw here back to the downtown area. So just on the east side of the University of Michigan, you can get there within walking distance. This is more of like sorority, fraternity, style homes here, but you do have some really nice luxury style homes in this area. But a majority of the rolling hills are going to be kind of to the east, southeast in Arbor Hills. So nearby, you do have Trader Joe's, you have Whole Foods down here, some shopping centers as well, some restaurants, and then you do have parks, really nearby. So if you want to head over to Nichols Arboretum or Gallup Park or just walk by the river, these are all walkable from Arbor Hills. So let's head over, take a look at some real estate. So obviously the closer you get to downtown, the more historic style homes you're going to see. But Arbor Hills was really built from the 1900s on into the mid-century of the 1900s. So you'll find homes in 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. Let's take a look at this one here. This is 7,300 square feet, built in the 1950s, originally listed for 3.6, ended up selling for 3.5. Very contemporary ranch style home, a couple of garages underneath. And the snow on the pictures doesn't even do it justice. You can't even see how beautiful the landscaping is outside, all the terraces and decks that they have. But inside, completely updated, open floor plan, what you'd expect from a contemporary style home. I like the exposed beams, up here as well. It's a nice updated kitchen. Again, they went with the all white style. I think I like this one a little bit better. I don't know why, it just seems a little bit more contemporary and the white seems to work. In here, it doesn't seem as sterile, with things. Maybe it's because they have these pops of color, everywhere. And the floors are, kind of a darker, style floor, with some pines in them. Yeah, this table, it just works in this room. The slate here, it's very cool. I dig it. So really good indication of that style. Let's see if we can take a look at one more here in Arbor Hills. So here's one that sold for $772,000. It was listed for $768,000, so sold for over asking within a couple weeks on market. So this style home, nice ranch style, again, garage underneath. And you'll see that from the rolling hills. Like that's just the landscape in Ann Arbor Hills. You got the slope, you got the garage underneath, you got to walk up. So, definitely takes some imagination on the architecture for a lot of these homes. And this is a traditional ranch style home. You can see they made some updates, maintained the floors really nicely in this type of home. You got the sunroom here, which they've opened up. I would imagine this probably would have been closed off, and then eventually they kind of encapsulated this and built that into the home. So that's cool. Let's take a look at the kitchen. Nicely updated kitchen. Nice granite countertops. This is exactly what you'd expect to see from a home in Arbor Hills. Very well maintained. Updates throughout, the decades as it passes. Updating the kitchen, updating the bathroom. So you'll see a little bit of mismatch, here and there for different eras, but it seems to work. It seems to work for people, and they don't mind it. So You've got to redo a bathroom here and there, not the end of the world. All right, so the last neighborhood we're going to take a look at today is Kerrytown. Now, Kerrytown is basically downtown Ann Arbor. If you're looking to live downtown Ann Arbor, you got a couple different options. You got the lofts over in the Old West Side. You got the lofts, in Kerrytown that I'm going to show you about. And then you have some, that are on the east side, towards the university. But Kerrytown is basically, your spot. If you want to walk to the university, you want to walk to the hospital system, like Kerrytown's a great place. There's apartments, there's single family homes, there's duplexes. There's also a lot of condos there as well. So let's head in, take a look at the map here on Google. So Kerrytown is this outlined in red here, just on the north side of Ann Arbor. So Old Fourth Ward, which is more of like a military thing, is off to the east here. And the reason they have that is because this used to be the military barracks, way back when. So Kerrytown is just on the west side of that. And within Kerrytown, this is where you have Detroit Street, which is, part of the farmers market here. So this green awning, this is the Ann Arbor's farmers market. And then you have Sparrow Market and the Kerrytown shops that are all right here. So you have tons of different, stores that you can go into, but there's a grocery store there for Sparrow's Market. So if you are living in the downtown area, obviously Costco, Kroger, all these places deliver nowadays. But if you want to go pick out your fresh produce, you can head over to the farmers market on the weekend or head over to Sparrow's Market, which is great. And then across the street, you got places like Catching Fireflies and Zingerman's Deli, which is a local favorite. If you're coming to Ann Arbor, you got to try Zingerman's, at least once. They have some of the best sandwiches and the cafe in there is great. So definitely give that a try. And obviously with the location of Kerrytown, you can walk to anywhere downtown. You're right in the mix of everything. So whether you're heading over to, the university here on campus, which is only a hop, skip, and a jump away, or you're going to head over to Main Street, grab a bite to eat, it's all within walking distance in Kerrytown. So the architecture and real estate in Kerrytown basically varies, like I said, historic style homes to, new condos, new lofts, duplexes that have been renovated, homes that have been split into, condos as well. It's kind of a melting pot of architecture down there. And we'll try to take a look at some of this real estate right now. All right, so here's one off of Main Street here in Kerrytown. So these are actually condos. So this was built in 2017, listed for 1.6, ended up selling for 1.7. This condo is right in the heart of Kerrytown. Beautiful. So you have this outdoor, space here. And then let's take a look on the inside. Yeah, you got North Park, which is it's just this side of the condo. So it's 1, 2, 4 units in here right off of 4th Street. So you can see the proximity to the stuff. Inside is completely updated because it was built in 2017. 2461 square feet. All right, so as we go through this, you can kind of take a look. Let me skip. All right, so you can see the open concept in this condo. Opens up into the living room. Yeah, this is perfect. You got kids' rooms, you got plenty of space, in the condo, and you're right in the heart of downtown. So, if that's your jam, you definitely got those options, in Kerrytown for condos. Let's see, price point wise, in Kerrytown, you're going to be anywhere from 400,000 into, the 2 millions, right? We've seen, some of this just depending on how old the home is, how much work it needs, but location tends to command a premium. Not a lot of things are selling under 500. It's just for the land itself is worth that here in Ann Arbor. This one sold under asking, so $625 was the asking price, sold for $595. So I would assume that this one needed some TLC on the inside. Yeah, it's not too bad. We got, good hardwood floors, original hardwood floors. Woodwork in the place is all original, which is beautiful. Some people really appreciate that. And for a home like this, I wouldn't really change anything. I would try to, keep it in its original state, just to preserve that historicness, in the home. But they have done some great updates, cabinets, countertops, sink, appliances, in here as well. So with these type of homes, you do get a little bit more constrained, a little bit of funky layout, in these older homes because they didn't have the open concept like they have nowadays. So that's a good indication of that home here. All right, so let's see if we can take a look at one more here in Kerrytown. So this one was on Main Street. Let's take a look. This one sold for full asking $995,000. This is another condo built in 2014, and this was at 414 Main Street. So these places are really cool. So you have a walk up right into the kitchen and overlooking the living room there. beautiful hardwood floors, attention to detail in here. I mean, this is exactly what you would expect from $1 million condo in the heart of Kerrytown. Nice crown moldings. Everything's got to be updated, but at the end of the day, when you're looking for homes in the downtown area, you're going to find a wide range of architect. Like I said, you can find these newly built condominiums. Some of them are brownstone walk-ups. Some of them are going to be lofts, and it's all over the place. I mean, developers are building these things, pretty much a new project every quarter here in Ann Arbor. I've covered them on my other videos, so we're going to be covering a little bit more on the developments in Kerrytown specifically, because there's a lot of new condos going in. But these are becoming more and more popular for people. So it just kind of shows you, these are the type of homes that are selling. People want to live in the downtown area, and they want the convenience. They don't want to mow the lawn. They don't want to, have all the responsibility of taking care of the roof and the exterior. Like, we're into the time where convenience is key. So, these type of homes in Kerrytown, go a long way. So these are the most highly sought after neighborhoods here in Ann Arbor. Now, people want to be in these neighborhoods, and for a good reason. All the reasons that we covered here for location, proximity to things. There's more that go into your home search. I totally get that. This is where people start, right? When we start looking for homes, we typically start in a city, and then we start gravitating towards maybe school districts or neighborhoods or different lifestyle things. If we want to be walkable to downtown, we want to be walkable to maybe where you're working, all those things we can start honing in on, but we need to set expectations. If these are popular neighborhoods, what's it going to take to land a contract or land a home in those neighborhoods? So I want to make you best prepared. So hopefully this video was helpful to not only highlight the neighborhoods, but also highlight some of the real estate, some of the price points, what homes are selling for. The MLS obviously didn't have all the pictures I was hoping for on this video. Ann Arbor MLS has this weird sharing thing that goes on, and they're very secretive of it, but none of that, is your problem. Real estate issue that we have to deal with. And if you are making that move here to Ann Arbor and you do have questions, make sure you drop a comment below. I answer all those personally, or better yet, reach out, schedule that Zoom call. The Calendly link's down below where you can schedule it. I can take you through Google Maps just like we did today and show you the city through my eyes, answer any questions that you have, and get a game plan together to help make your move here to Ann Arbor as smooth as possible. So until next time, go check out those other videos. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, tap that little bell so you're the first to learn about the current market right here in Ann Arbor. And until next time, we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.